There are three main ways you can add classes and groups to your organisation on the PE Hub. To get started, you need to select classes and groups down the side and then add classes at the top. The first way I'm going to show you is the quick add classes form. So you'll see that once I select this, it brings up a pop-up, and in this box here, I'm going to enter any class name that I wish. Now this is a great way to quickly bulk add lots of classes with minimum fuss. So to do that, I'm going to select my owl class and my magpie class. I must make sure that any classes are separated with a comma, and then when I'm happy, I'm going to select create. And you will see that those two classes are now added to my organisation. The second way to add a class or group to your organisation is through a full details form. So I'm going to select that here. It takes you through to this page. Then from here, you can fill out the boxes with the class name, the category, so that's what type of class or group it's going to be, and a teacher. And at any point, you can also archive this group. So it can either be a current group or a past group. So in this instance, I'm going to call this group my Kestrels. It is a class. I'm going to select myself as the teacher and then put save details. And you will see that that has now been added to the classes and group list in your organisation. And you'll see this way is a great way if you want to fill in those categories and teachers, or if you just want to add one class to your organisation. The third way to add a class or group to your organisation is by uploading a CSV file. So I'm going to select that option from the list here, and this pop-up appears. Now in here, I need to upload a file, and it's got to be in a specific format, so it's got to be in a CSV format. So the easiest way to do this is just to download our template file by selecting here. So this is what the template file then looks like. It has two columns. We have the name column, which is pretty self-explanatory. That's what your class or group is going to be called. And then we have a category column. Now this column is quite important because if it's not filled out correctly, the form won't upload properly. So you've got to make sure that if you put in a category, that category exists on your organisation. So we saw that in the full details form. We have categories such as a class group or an after-school club, and you can add more in on your organisation. So to add a new category to a class or group, go down to settings and then organisation, and then scroll down, and on the right hand side here you'll see categories. So to add a new category, you select new and you give it a name. So for example here I might put it as a holiday club. You can then select a colour to match with your new category. So I'm going to choose these as pink, and then I'm going to select save. And you'll see that has now been added to categories at the bottom. So I'm going to check my form over. So I'm happy that I've got the two class names, and I've got my after school club here, and I've got all those categories set up. So I'm going to save this and then upload it to my organisation. So now I'm back at the pop-up screen from earlier, and this time I'm going to upload my file. So I'm going to select upload a file. Then I'm going to make sure that I've got the right one. So I've got my classes, which is CSV here. And you'll see that these classes and groups now will be added to my organisation. You can see them there with all the relevant information attached. Class and group information can be changed at any time. To do this, you select the class like so. So I'm going to select owl. And then from here, edit details. I can change the name. I can add them to a category, so I'm going to add them to a class, and I can add a teacher to the class as well. They can also be archived. From here, I'm going to select Save Details, and those have now been updated. I can also add pupils to a group here. So to do that, I'm going to scroll down to the pupils section, select Bulk Action, Add or Remove, and then all the pupils that have been entered into my organisation will be there, and then I simply tick the box of those I want to add, and select Apply Changes. And you will see that those children have now been added successfully to the OWL group. So if I come back out into classes and groups, you'll now see that that information has been updated and pupils have been added.